Hello, dear viewers and listeners. Welcome to Celebrating Self, the talk show that shares the lives of some fabulous women around us who are truly a source of inspiration. Our guest for today is a gorgeous lady who is blessed with intelligence, humbleness, and a pure heart. She is Dr. Amit Kaur Puri. She is the founder and
Thank
president of AKP Healing India, a scientist, an ethnobotanist, a TV panelist, a poetess, and the chairperson of WEF Environment. She has published many research papers in national and international journals. Currently, she's working for Triple E's, that's environment, education, and empowerment. Welcome, Dr. Amit. We are honored to have you. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and gracing our platform.
thank you so much, Karanjot, for inviting me here. I'm so glad to be here at your show. Looking forward for wonderful conversation.
Same here. Thank you so much. Ma'am, going through your profile, it was like you are an owner of multiple hats. So, how do you do it actually? Basically, I would like to ask you that how did you reach here? Like who you are today?
Okay. Karanjot, I will start. I will go back in my memory lane. First of all, I'm very, very thankful for inviting me here at this platform. And I welcome all the viewers who are watching us or who are going to watch this recording. So, you all are welcome. And Karanjot, you are doing wonderful job by inviting personalities, by inviting women who can share their stories, and it's helping a lot in the society. My heartiest congratulations to you.
Thank
So
you.
coming back to the pleasure. Coming back to your question, how I reached here. Actually, I think still I have not reached to the place where I wanted to. Still, the journey is on and on and on. But the place from where I started, it was my childhood. When people used to ask, Amit, what you want to be in your future, my answer was always a scientist. Even if when I was not knowing the meaning of being scientist, then also I used to call myself that I want to be a scientist.
Wow.
And I always repeat this, but again I will say that after giving my 10th boards exam, I achieved good marks, and my mom took me for a lunch, and then she asked me, Amit, what do you want as a reward? So I closed my eyes and I said I want seeds beach, right?
Okay.
So she said, are you sure you want seeds? I said, yeah, I want seeds. Why you want that? I say, I just want to see the magic and the miracle when dormant seeds changes into life after germination. And we went to farmers market, we bought the seeds, and with her help, with her support and guidance, I sowed those seeds in my garden. And within a week's time, coriander seeds, they germinated, and the leaflets were coming out of that seed by providing them the proper condition of water and temperature and the sunlight. And we nurtured that dormant seed, and it just germinated into a beautiful plant full of life. And in 4 or 5 weeks time, other seeds also got germinated, and in 6 months time my garden was also having some flowers, and in 1 year's time my garden was having some fruits. So this was a miracle for me, and then and there I decided I want to study the science of plants just when I cleared my 10th. And I pursued my botany as my subject and started learning about the different aspects of plants. That is plants in food, in medicines, in culture, in tradition, and so many other things also. And then when we go to Gurudwara, Amritsar, Harmandir Sahib, there also you have seen that beri ka ped, right? Dukhanjani Sahib. So
Right.
there also that ber ka ped is there. It is sustaining since so many years. It has stories to tell. And then I also collected the references of different plants which our culture has imbibed, and it is still there. So I wrote a research paper, and this way I started my journey, and slowly and gradually I made a progress and started working for women empowerment as well, and completed my studies and opened my trust called AKP Healing India, wherein we are working for education, empowerment, and environment exclusively.
Wow, it is really awesome to hear. Like, actually, now I can realize that whenever we look at plants, we actually feel good vibes. And it is said that those vibes are not because it is just a part of the nature, but actually it has so many moral values to give us. A tree gives
Correct.
so many moral values, and wow, getting an inspiration through that and creating and dreaming accordingly, it must have been wonderful, I'm sure. Your
Yeah.
life, it states very like you had made some good decisions. So, any power quotes that you used or you use even now so as to nourish yourself, like whenever you feel low on your heart or something?
Yes. Kanjo, there are a couple of sentences which I always remind myself. First one is, don't limit your challenges.
Wow.
Don't limit your challenges. Limit your, you have to, we do need not to limit our challenges. It should be there because these are the building blocks, these are the stepping stones for our success. As you said, that adversity causes someone to break and other to break the record. So we have to break our records. Adversities are nothing but our stepping stone for our success, and they are the pushing stones for our success. Third quote is, every action has equal and opposite reaction. If there is certain actions going on, then if somebody is saying that you cannot do that, then what is your action? It is equal and opposite. Equally, you have to go forward. Like we have to push the bullet to go forward, right? So these quotes are the quotations which I always follow. And they are saying in Guru Granth Sahib again that Kavan Kara Sirje Jag Bhitar Janam Kavan Fal Paya. That means you have to identify the purpose of your life, why you have come on this earth. And once you identify the purpose of your life, you have to start working on your purpose, start working on your goals and the aims, because your attitude today will decide the altitude of your success tomorrow. And your heart knows whether you're on the right path or not. And if your heart says yes, you are on the right path, follow it and just start working, because each step counts, every day counts, every second, every minute counts, every milliseconds count. So start living in your milliseconds, and you will see your life is celebration.
Wow, that is truly incredible. I just loved each and every word that you spoke. And one thing I would like to add on is, firstly, most of the times we do face challenges. It is a natural part of our life, but we tend to move back through it. And it took me also a very long time to understand that those challenges are not the barriers. They are actually the hurdles of that hurdle race, which once you overcome, you will be winning and you will be shining in your life. That's
Correct.
amazing, amazing. I'd like to ask you that uh, personally, as I told you, I have doubted myself. All of us do, but um, again, it is like everybody's journey is their own journey, and there are their own perspectives. But and every time the doubts come up, we need to we need to overcome that. Of course, you must have also had certain incidents wherein you must have doubted yourself, or you were fearful of going ahead. So would you like to share something, like any instance where you actually doubted and stopped yourself, and later you overcame that failure that could have been there.
Yeah, Karanjot, all the women, they face certain problems in their life. Human being, all the human beings, I can say. But being an Indian woman, we face a little bit more. So it's with everyone, right? So here I want to quote one more saying, and that is, don't follow the path. Go where there is no path at all and leave the mark. So I follow this saying, that I will go to the where there is no path, there is no road, nothing. I will go to that path. I will build my path. I will make my path and then leave a mark, so that other girls, other women also follow the same path. That is my agenda.
I would like to applaud for this. Really, really. It is like, go and create your own path. Why to follow it, right? And of course, those will be our mini steps. They might sound mini, but actually, they will be the steps towards our dreams, our success. Wow.
Yes. So people are there who will say something good about you, something bad about you, but don't listen to them, because whatever they are saying, they are telling their limitations. Suppose somebody is not successful and you have asked, if I am going to perform this function, or if I am choosing this career, whether I should do or not. And if that person is having some bad memories or something negative about that thing, he or she will say, no, don't go for this. You will be the failure in this. You won't succeed. But actually, he is telling from his own experience, because he was a failure or she was a failure in that thing. So it's not necessary that you will also be a failure in the same thing. So you have to follow your heart. You should know your caliber, what your caliber is. And if you know, yes, this is my caliber and this is the correct thing which I am going to do, and this is the proper way through which I have to go and achieve the success, surely you are going to achieve that success. Nobody can stop you from doing anything. Everything is possible. Nothing is impossible, provided you are having that talent, and you are having that caliber, and you are having the perseverance, and you are having the patience and the discipline to do that. So this is what I wanted to say. You have to manage your time. You have to manage your mindset for your set goals, and the rest of the thing, it can be managed itself. Like we are being told by our families or our friends and our dear ones that, okay, this is your limit, don't go beyond that, you cannot do anything, you cannot achieve this, be apne jitna chadar utna pair philao. Most of the people, they say like that. But then as I said, that is their limitations, that is their failures through which their experience through which they are saying. And you have to cross the limits. You have to come out of your comfort zone, and it is very, very necessary. The people who are successful people, they have come out of their comfort zone, and you cannot you cannot see the beauty of sea unless and until you are diving inside, unless and until you are scuba diving inside. And if you are afraid of going inside the scenes, if you are afraid of diving, then you cannot see the beauty of underwater sea. And similarly is the case with your life as well. If you are not taking your own decision, if you are not confident about yourself, if you are not convinced yourself, how you are going to perform the functions. But yes, in my life also certain problems were there. Since I wanted to be a scientist, I wanted to study botany and wanted to do PhD and postdoctorate and whatnot, all the dreams I was having. I got married soon after my graduation. After my BSc, I got married, and then everybody thought, now, okay, there's a full stop to her career. But I convinced my family members, my husband, my in-laws, that this is what I have thought about myself, and I am going to do this. And then they said, you don't need, we are having everything, you are financially so sound, you don't need to work and all. I said, this is not the thing of working, but I wanted to educate myself, to have a qualification, and I really wanted to work. Why I should be dependent on my husband, or why I should be dependent on my in-laws for my thing, for the things which I want to buy, which I want to purchase, the life which I want to myself, I want for myself. I have to create it myself. I need not to depend on others. Yes, I respect family. It is very, very important. I respect my all the relationships. All the relationships means all my in-laws, my family members, my parents, my kids. I respect them a lot, and I have that they are very, very important. And your home is very important, but you have life of your own. You have this, we breathe, and this body of our own, and a mind of our own. And how you can convince is that when you should have a good communication skill. When you have to express your things, you have to be a good communicator, like I did. When I communicate with anyone, with my in-laws, they were against my this thing, studies and all, but I convinced them. How I did that, I just talk to them and I make them visualize. Okay, if she is doing, so she is going to do this, and step by step they started visualizing in their mind. Whatever I was speaking, it first went to their ear, and after the ear went to their mind, where they were visualizing. Okay, Amit is going to do this, then this, then this, then this, and then they were mentally they were convinced, and after that, it came to their heart. And when it comes to their heart, they started supporting me. So whatever you say, it should go in their ear, then to their mind, and then come back to their heart. And there is no doubt that they will support you. Anyone can support you in your family, in your corporate world, and wherever you are working, everybody will support you. But you have to be good communicator. You should know how to express your feelings and how to convince them. And after this also, if you are not able to convince, go ahead and do your work.
Great, that is truly great. You said very right that firstly we need to understand what we want, and then we need to communicate, because this is a fact that communication is the key to everything, be it good relationships, be it a good career, be it anything. And a lack of communication also hampers our relationships. So very truly said, like, we need to communicate, we need to understand that. And this brings me to this also, that we are here on Celebrating Self, and you very rightly said that we need to understand our own selves. And being a woman, this is a power that we have. I call it the divine power, that we can be so many things at the same time. We can handle our relationships, we can handle our families, we can handle our careers, we can do everything if we know, if we understand ourselves, if we believe in ourselves. And that's what we say, if we celebrate our own selves, right? Thank you. That was, I would say, a much needed information, that all of us, all the females, we need to understand that it is not just like going on one path just for behind something. No, it has to be from the heart, and then it will be something that will provide you the joy, and also, as I can feel, your enthusiasm is being like, I can feel it, and that is what we need to feel for our own selves. That's truly amazing. In fact, I had read somewhere that dreams, if they are not acted upon, they are just a wish. It is just a wish, it will never be a dream. So do you feel that assertiveness is important to manifest a dream? Like you also said, no, just go for it, but sometimes we lack that thing. So is assertiveness important, or how can we add it onto our life?
Absolutely, it is important, Karanjot. As I said, your time management, your caliber comes first. You know what you are up to. Like if you have set some goal, you have to work on it. You should have knowledge about that. You cannot just go and start doing that. If you want to be a doctor, you have to achieve that degree of MBBS, then MD. If you want to be a scientist, then you have to do at least PhD, right? If you want to go into corporate world, you should have the knowledge of economics or MBA or anything like that. So you know the caliber. Yes, I have this qualification, I have this talent, and there is a set goal. You cannot be a doctor, engineer, teacher, everything at the same time. You cannot be. You should know your caliber and your passion actually. So if you are working for your passion, like I personally, I started working for my passion, and I was passionate about environment. And while working on environment, I came across the different aspects of women inequality, gender inequality. And so I started working for women empowerment also, because coming from such a humble background, like from a good family, financially independent family, I faced so many problems. So other girls, other women must be facing the same type of problem. So I started working, and I knew that I am able to help those women. I am able to help. I can create something for the environment, and before I die, I can do something good for the upliftment of ecology and for the biodiversity conservation, as well as I can leave a mark. At least I should do something to empower women, and it should be practical. And when you know that yes, this is the aim and this is the dream and this is the thing which you actually wanted, and you have the qualification and the talent and you know your caliber, then you have to be very disciplined also. You should know how to manage your time, because it also stands priorities are also there. You are having family as well, you are having kids, you are having old people whom you have to look after at your home, and family is very fragile, I must say, right? So you have to look after those aspects also. It's not just you have to work and you have to achieve what you are, because if you have achieved also, you are on the top, and if you're alone, it doesn't matter. It that means, according to me, you're not successful. If you're alone sitting somewhere at the top, that is not a success. You have to celebrate your success being on the top with your family members, also with your friends, and you cannot make everyone happy at the same time. I say the same thing. And so you have to prioritize your things. Like sometimes I am mother, I am teaching my kids when they are having exams. Sometimes I'm daughter-in-law, I'm taking my in-laws to hospitals and being with them, listening to them, and doing all the Shabad and Kirtan, sitting in the Gurudwara with them. And sometimes I am with my father when he needs me, and when I need his support. So we are together going for a lunch, and I am with my father. Then I am a small kid, I am a daughter then. And sometimes I have to be with my husband, and whenever he needs me, like if he has some problems or he wants me to come for some dinner or lunch with him along for his business meet and all, I am with him. So it is all about priority. And sometimes when I am at my office, when I'm working, then I am totally an entrepreneur. I'm working. I don't think then I am woman, I am mother, or I am a kid, or I'm a daughter, and I'm a wife. Then I am just a working woman, and I give 100% to my work. So it's all the matter of prioritization. You have to prioritize your things. And sometimes we are human beings, so we fall sick also. So we have to take care of our health as well. And this is the body where we'll reside. You have to take care of your health. For me, the most important thing in my life is being healthy first. Then only I will be able to help anyone in my family or anyone around me, or anything, whatever I have decided to do. If I am healthy, then I call my body my home where I reside, and you know me through this body. So yeah, I have to take care of myself, of my health, and every woman should take care of their health, and then they can take care of their goals, of their aspirations, of their aims, and of their family and the surroundings and the society.
Wow, I am truly motivated right now that actually prioritization is something that can open new gateways for us, right? It will help us to explore even more and like be better at whatever we are doing. That's great. You're so much involved in women empowerment and social activities as well. Did anything inspire you, or made you feel that you have a purpose that towards a society that you need to do? Did anything happen like that? Um, any remembrance that you have in your mind?
Yes, as we had a talk earlier also, Karanjo, there are many examples in my life, but here I am quoting few. First of all, as I told you, I got married very early after my graduation, and then after that, I completed my post graduation, doctorate, and postdoctorate. But in doing so, there were some, it was not a cakewalk for me. It was not the bed of roses. I have many thorns also, so many struggles and all those things. But I achieved that. And then when I was getting felicitated for my PhD degree, then my mother-in-law was the most happiest person, and she was answering to the media that she is my daughter-in-law and all those things. So I was able to see the spark in her eyes whilst telling those things. And then I asked her, like, you are so happy after my achievement. So she said, Amit, I also wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to write doctor in front of my name, and nobody supported me. No family member supported me. I thought, why? At this age also, yes, you can write doctor in front of your name. And she was not the science student. Then I taught her, like, we filled the form together, and we sat together. She used to study science subject. I used to teach her, and I helped. And it was her desire, which she was fulfilling, and I was just helping her in doing so. And then after some time, she was having that diploma in her hand, and she was able to write doctor in front of her name. And that was the day when she felt so happy, and we became fan. And there was no differentiation, like I was being treated as a daughter, not as a daughter-in-law. And both we became soulmates actually after that, because I realize that every woman is having some or the other dream. Sometimes it is being supported by the family members, and sometimes it is not. And women whose dreams are not being supported, they have some bitterness in their heart. And if we identify that what is the reason behind this, and we should start working irrespective of our relation with that particular woman, then we are able to take out that bitterness. Rather, we can fill that bitterness or substitute it with sweetness. And this is what it happened in our relationship. And that was the big example which I can set for other women. No relationship is bitter. You can make it sweeter, itna sweet you can have diabetes. So it's up to you. It's up to you what you are putting in your relationship. You have to give some time, some compassion. You have to be very compassionate and kind for the other person who is bitter to you. And the second example I wanted to quote here is also, like, we are two sisters. I don't have brother. And my mom, she has put in extra efforts in bringing me and my younger sister Jaspreet. And she has given us a lot of time, her complete life for us. Whenever we used to come from schools and colleges, she was there to receive us. She used to make the food which we like, nutritious food. They should be having. My children should be very healthy. They should look good, and they should study well, and all the things, all the environment she has created in that way. That my daughter should know swimming, they should know driving, they should know the house cleaning as well, and they should know Guru Granth Sahib, how to read and read the scriptures and all. So my mother was totally, she devoted her life for me and my sister. But because of gender inequality in our society, people used to say they are having only two daughters, what they are going to do in their when they grow old. So that actually pinched me a lot, used to pinch me a lot, these things. Why daughter cannot do anything? My parents have taken the equal pain as they would have taken to bring up their son. So it's not that if I get married, I will have to leave them and I can't do anything for them. So I make it a point that even after my marriage, we have to be we have to love them, and whatever we are giving respect, we are giving to our in-laws, same respect I have to give to my parents as well. And this was the only thing which I demanded from my husband. Okay, I am going to respect your parents, and similar thing I desire for my parents, and it happened. So this was the case. So these incidents changed my life, and for me, there is no differentiation between mother and mother-in-law, and father and father-in-law, and my parents' house or my in-laws' house. Everyone is same, because we are connected to each other, we are staying together, and we are social beings, so we have to be with each other. But doing all this, having said that, I am individual, I am one human being, and I have to take care of my desires, of my things, being happy with everyone. This is what I am doing in my life, Karanjot. And sometimes they are not, everybody is not happy sometimes, then I go and just hug them and they are happy.
This is really sweet. Like, we need to nourish our relationships. We need to embrace everyone who is in our life. And if I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit personal, but I truly wish that one day even I can be where you are. The same feelings,
Yes.
like I wish that not only me, everyone should feel it. Like, the way you want respect, similarly you need to first give also the same respect. So it is like,
Correct.
One more thing that is very true with almost all the Indian mothers. Mamas are like, they want their children to do everything, and they'll be super happy to see us achieve great things. And if you ask them, what do you want? Their reply will be just this much, like, you have achieved, I'm happy in that. Like, this is what most of the mothers do and say, and this needs to be changed. Like, come on, even you are a human, you can do everything. As you said earlier also, by prioritization you can be everything, whichever role you are taking, you can own. We are already multitaskers, right? Like, females, we are born multitaskers. So why not utilize that quality in uplifting your own self also, as well as our society? Because ultimately it will affect all of us, right? That's
correct. And I want to quote one thing, Karanjot, like you are also having kids. I'm also having daughter and son. So we are putting a lot of time for them, right? We want that they should achieve, they should be at the top, and they should do well, whatever they are doing, they should be healthy. So we are nourishing them, right?
Yes, and we try
But
to
all
be with
this-
them also. At times, whenever they need us, we give the extra time as well.
Correct. And similarly, our mothers have given their time for us in bringing us. But if we are not doing anything, we are just sitting at home being a housewife and just listening to, okay, he has said don't go for work, she has said don't go work. So our parents have devoted a lot of time for us as well. If we are not doing anything, then what returns we are giving to our parents? Like, we are also investing our time in our children, right? If our daughter are not doing anything and just they are sitting at home and not doing, like, being at home is a big job, I must say. But still, if they are not following their passion, if they are not happy,
Right.
If they are not
This is very correct sentence, and it is our choice. If we want to be a homemaker, we can be. If we want to be
Yes.
A working female, we can be. We need to
we can
embrace our wishes, right?
So it is up to you. You have to decide whether you are happy in this or that. Nobody can conduct you like a puppet. So we are happy if our daughters follow their dreams of being a housewife or being a homemaker or being a so and so and so. So then I'm happy. Okay, my daughter has her choice and she has chosen this thing. Then I'm happy and I'm satisfied. I'm at peace. But if somebody conducts her, no, you can't do that, you can't, then I'm not happy being a mother. Similarly is the case with everyone. So we, all of us, have to take our children and our career as well like that only. Because if we are happy with the accomplishments of our daughter, with the choices of our daughters, we have to be happy with by fulfilling our own dreams as well. So there's a connection between everything. Once you are a mother, you priorly past you are daughter also, your daughter-in-law also. So you have to think that.
Absolutely. Now, this brings me to one question that we ask to everyone. And that question is, according to you, which is one habit that you would like to suggest to all the females who are listening to us? Like, which can help us to nourish our self-worth, our self-belief? Any habit that you have in your mind?
Yeah, one habit is self-discipline. It is very important, and having the feeling of gratitude. So if you are self-disciplined, whatever you have decided, small steps, it pays a lot. It's not in one day. Rome was not built in a day, right? As we say that. So step by step you have to go forward, but you have to be on the right path. And self-discipline is very, very important. Time management is very, very important. And having the feeling of gratitude, it is the key to success. If you are not kind, if you are not in gratitude, if you are not thanking your God, if you are not thanking the people who are helping you in the process in your journey, or if you are not helping your soul, you have to pay your gratitude to them, to the God, to the people around you, and to yourself. So be disciplined and be grateful. This is the mantra of success.
Wow, thank you so much. You are literally, each and every word that you spoke, it is an inspiration, a source of motivation for everyone. And
Thank you.
with this, now it is the time for a surprise, a short surprise that I hope you will enjoy the same way as we are going to enjoy. And that is, now it will be a rapid fire round.
Oh, wow.
Are you ready for that?
Yes.
I'll be asking you 5 questions and you have to be, whatever comes in your mind, you have to answer that. Okay. So the first question is, what was your first dream as a kid? Like the first dream that you dreamed of ever?
Being a scientist. This is since I'm conscious.
Yeah.
Science, and I got conscious. Being a scientist, I was not knowing the meaning. I just listened the word from somewhere and I wanted to be a scientist.
Oh, it means it has been your first ever dream?
Yes.
Wow, kudos to you that you have completed your first dream. Like as a child also you had this dream. Wow, kudos.
Yeah. I was very young, Karanjot, when people used to ask me what you wanted to be. I don't know from where I listened this word. I don't know that. I don't remember that. But I want to be a scientist. And everybody used to laugh.
Now the second question is that, what is your favorite memory? Any, like one of your favorite memories?
Okay, being with my mom.
That's so sweet. And we have already heard so many quotes, so many power quotes that you are using in your own life. But according to you, not according to the quotes, not according to the world, it is personally only to you. What is success according to you, for you?
For me, success is sweet. In one word, it is very sweet. But over success is also harmful. As I said, कि बहुत ज़्यादा sweet लेने से we will have some diabetes. So success is sweet, but it should have some limits also. Like you should have that power brake with you. You should follow the speed. You should accelerate your success, but the brake should be in your hand.
Wow, that's great. And you own so many accomplishments. Any one talent that is still hidden, I mean, that you have not yet displayed. What's your hidden talent?
What should I say?
You explored so much, something that is still not displayed.
See, in this Corona time, I started writing poems, and I have written 5 books, all those things. Now people know that, but still the hidden talent is I do painting, and I have done a lot of paintings, oil painting, fabric paintings, and all. But that also people know. Hidden talent is kuch hai hi nahi. Everything. My life is transparent. I know it's an open book to everyone. People know everything. But yes, yeah, hidden talent is whenever I face any difficulty, any problem, then you will see me smiling more. I smile and laugh on my problems. And when and people don't know this, she is happy, she is smiling, she doesn't have any problem, and superficially, if anybody sees and they think that she is everything is perfect. The more I smile, the more I am, I'm not happy. It's a hidden thing.
So basically, your smile is actually your tool to tease all the problems.
Overcome.
This is something that
का है ना, तुम जो इतना मुस्कुरा रहे हो, क्या गम है जिसको छुपा रहे हो. तो मैं छुपाती नहीं हूँ, बट उसको जितना ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम होता है, I start smiling, I start laughing more, so that stress निकल जाता. I don't take stress in my life.
Wow, this is very good formula to like this. I think that this must be like a refreshment for you. Like the more you are tensed about something, you're not able to decide. And the more refreshed you are like, at least you can think unbiasedly, right? Wow.
Correct.
Great. And now
so I want to say here to people, like, if you are into stress or if you are facing some problem, adopt some hobby. Like I started smiling, I started laughing, I just go and watch movie, I go to garden or plant anything, all those things, whatever I like, I'll start doing. Or when it rains, I drench myself in rainy season. I don't see I'm so mature women. I think as a small kid, I just go and drench myself in rain also. I play with kids also. I go and play cricket. I go and play badminton with them, small kids. So I'm doing couple of these things which I really enjoy doing. And sometimes I don't care about my diet. I just go and have golgappas and samosas and all those things. I like to have those. And sometimes chocolates, but not much. So it's up to you. Like, you have to be happy at the end of the day. If stress will come, of course they will come. Don't take it as a shock. Take them as a surprise and just blow them away.
Great. So basically, it is all about enjoyment. You need to enjoy whatever is there, right? Wow, that's great. And now the last question is, I'm sure this is going to take some time for you to think, because one thing that you are excited for in the coming year, that's 2022. Any one thing that you are excited for, something that you have in your plan, in your goal book?
Yeah. Actually, one of my dream of it's my concept innovation of seed bombing.
Okay.
So seed bombing is a concept where we bombard seeds in the places where we cannot go and plant trees, like the places in between the mountains, the places in the plateaus, in the desert. You cannot go and plant the saplings over there. So
Right.
it's my concept that we have to bombard these seeds via helicopter and drones to the places where we cannot go and plant. So this is my concept since so long. I have done this one. I have contacted one of the corporate and they have done it for us. So now this is again, I want to do this, but it needs lot of money, lot of investment, because helicopter are actually very it is chargeable thing. I cannot go myself, and AKP Healing India cannot do so many of sewing everywhere, and so we need to contact the corporates. If anybody is listening, if they have some CSR activity, so they can come to us at AKP Healing India. And this is my dream, to bombard these seeds all over the India or outside the India as well. And being a botanist, I know what seed will germinate in what place. So this thing can make me excited, and I am being at helicopter and bombarding so many seeds everywhere, and those seeds coming out, and then that place is converting into forest, right? It's a thing of excitement for me, and I'm looking forward for this. And if corporate they contact me, or I have some link with them, then I will start doing this in a good manner. Slowly I am doing this, but I cannot spend so much individual. So that is the thing of excitement. If somebody comes and they have their CSR work with us, I will start doing this everywhere.
Wow, this is a new concept that I have heard, and even I'm excited to know that how are you going to do, and what will be the result. It will be so warming to see the seeds which you had sown one day, they are growing into plants and trees and a forest ultimately. This is
Yeah.
this is a very new concept, and to be very true, I really love the fact that it is such a concept that is equally exciting as well as empowering. Like, great.
Correct.
It was really a joy to me to have you here and know so many things about you. All the your mantras, your formulas, your way of living the life, each one of them is so unique and lovable. Really.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your experiences with all of us. I'm sure this is going to be a source of inspiration, a source of happiness, as well as a source of a dream to somebody. Like, whoever has stopped doing that, I think that everyone would love to do something and enjoy life. Basically, celebrate themselves.
Absolutely. Thank you. Be
Thank
happy.
you so much. Okay, then we'll see you in the next episode now. Thank you so much, all of us, for joining us. I hope all of you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. See you in the next episode. Bye.